Hello guys, welcome back to our YouTube channel. Emma again. It's Emma again. Emma says, if you're new to this channel, you're most welcome. So today we have our tracker or a register where we feed in data. It's named by date, department, PPE requested, specifications, and number of pieces. Yeah, there is one column missing, the names attached to this department. That one is for purposes of confidentiality and the authenticity. So basically, the columns we have can teach us something. So that's it. So we are required to set up a dashboard. We are also required to turn all this data into maybe graphs. That means we shall be able to come up with a pivot table. So this data is too wide. If you try to notice, let me see. This is 2000. This is 2000. Yeah, I think it goes up to. It's too much. You see, it starts. The data itself starts from 2022, and it stretches to 4,000. I think 4,000 pieces. So basically, this is what we are going to work with. It ends on 30th of December, and basically that is it. So before we come up with dashboards and how to turn all this data into the requirements we need, like dashboards, we have to be in position to work or understand what are pivot tables. Pivot tables are so crucial in Excel that they help us, they act as the bridge between the table and the dashboard. Now, in our next video, actually, it would have been the first video before I took you to this. I had to take you through how to build a tracker and like what or a register. It's really important because yes, it also affects your data. Like for example, let me give an example. For example, when you want to analyze data, there are many things that are really crucial. Like for example, the dates have to be in the correct or in the correct date format, not the how you simplify the date. Now, there's an implication when you mess around with the date. That means when you reach maybe in your dashboard and you want to set up a timeline, it will be impossible because the system will fail to recognize uh, some of the dates and it will not be able. Now, the other thing, when I move to the departments, for example, now if these departments are not written well, like for example, if this is supply chain, now if this is supply chain and you have supply chains, you get, now this will cause a duplication. I will demonstrate this. Let me just put this for purposes of videos. Supply chains. Now, if there's someone else who was updating, or two people are working on the same file, and one is using supply chains and then one is using supply chain, we shall see that in the next video and how to work around that. I can also maybe look at this construction. If you mess around with this, yeah, all these will impact, will be, all these will will impact what? Will impact the channel. So if you decide to, sorry for that. So if you decide to mess around with that, All these will have implications on your channel. Not on the channel. My brain is not functioning. On the report. Okay, I'm back. So when you mess around with that, there will be a lot of work. Now, this will take you back again to data sorting and cleaning. You have to clean the data, and it will be some good work. So when I move to this part of PPE requested, this one. So when I move to this part of PPE requested, you will notice that we have what we call the data validations. These are so crucial. Why? These ones usually they they make us avoid the duplications of our data. That's why we usually need them so much. These ones. So when you have that will also be another video. But I will demonstrate that it's not really hard. I will demonstrate that, and you'll find it helpful. So you should not even stress a little bit because we are on the same pace. So let us jump in the video. Then the specifications also have to be clear. For example, if they are safety shoes, you may also be interested in looking at the sizes, maybe. Now all this takes you back again to planning. Like for example, if most of your team members are putting on, let us say, size 42, your report will be able to tell you this, that the most worn shoe is a 42. So now this takes you back again when you are planning on how to buy all this stock. One, you buy the most consumed commodity. That means has to have the highest what uh, budget. I- because it's bringing in it's making you than having products or PPE in a container or in the store that is not being utilized. Now that's why we need a track. There are systems that are bigger than this, but if you can't afford, you can develop one. You sacrifice like 3 hours or 1 hour, 30 minutes every day. Look at look at these things, and you can be able to develop this system. So basically, we can begin. So this is it. I'll be taking you through the data validation. It's also something not hard, but we can start with the pivot tables. But basically, what are pivot tables? Pivot tables, a pivot table is a tool. It's just a tool that summarizes and reorganizes data in a spreadsheet or database table to help users analyze large volumes of data. That's it basically. It is just a tool that summarizes and reorganizes. It reorganizes the data. So remember, don't forget this. We shall need that somewhere. So when we are going to work with the dashboard, we usually have one cell or one column that is dependent, or that communicates or links all this data together. Now that's what we need, and that's what we are mainly interested in. And in this context, it's the number of pieces. This is it basically, because these quantities vary. This is our most interest. Then the other thing is what is our report communicating. Now we want to look at the departments. We are also interested in the PPE requested, then also the specifications. Now that's it's just brief. So when I come here, let me delete this. So when I click here, already my table, I think I already selected and made it a table. So before, and this is in our previous video, Chocho, that one I already did it. I showed you how to turn a table into, how to turn a normal table into a table. You convert it to a table. You just press Ctrl T. So we can start. This is our table. Just click anywhere in the table. You come to insert. You come here. Then you say from a table range. So this is our table range. Our table is called PPE. Then we tell Excel to put this pivot table on a new worksheet. Okay. So now this is what we have. So our primary focus, our primary is these are the number of pieces. We are interested in this, but you can put them here. You don't need this there. So there are 400. It just counted. It just counted this, and that's what we need. For now, a count is okay. So we may want to look at the department. Then I can fill handle this. No, I can sort this from the largest. See, construction takes the highest, followed by all these other departments. Now there's something I talked about, that was supply chain. You see, this is what I was telling you about. This is supply chain. This is supply chains. Good. So all it usually recognizes all this information in a different way. And now also this is supply chain. You see. So before you present maybe like a report or what, you have to clean out all this information, because now this is our pivot table. Because once you put this on the graph, all these will be different. They will represent different what? Different categories of departments, because the system recognizes them as different departments. So what we usually do is just come here, you unselect this, then you move, you look for supply chain, you have this one, then we press OK. So this is what we have. So if the first one is okay, we can just fill handle this. This is what I usually love doing, but for cases when it's a bit too wide, you also have to look at that. So you just leave it. So you see that it changes all this. Then what I can do next is I select all, then press OK. Then I can go back on my pivot table. So when I refresh, I just want you to notice this. When I refresh this, you see, the quantities change, because it recognizes that this was the same department. Now we are no longer having 2 pieces or 3 pieces of supply chain. So we are done with our first pivot table. We can rename this as department. Then we can also have this as a number of pieces. Yeah, maybe I can just put this. So not to waste a lot of time, I can select this same. This will be longer because I also have to create a dashboard. Then I can paste this here. So what I do, I just drag out this, then I put the PPE requested. I can just sort largest to smallest. And this is PPE requested. Then this is number of pieces. So basically that is it. Then I can paste the next one. Let me select this because it's shorter. I'll get time and also maybe take you through pivot tables, just as pivot tables, because the whole point is not how to construct them. No, the whole point is how you interpret data using them. And that's the most important thing. Because if you try to tell anyone, they can, yeah, they are in position to work around this, but sometimes it's how to use what they know to work around this. So let me see. Let me sort this. Largest to smallest. Let me try out something here. I see. There's something I want to see. Let me filter out construction. I just want to see something. I can just select the whole thing. This is 1311. Okay, now this is a count. It just counts, but we need the sum of items. So what we usually do, you just come here, then you move to the field settings. We need the sum of these items. So then we can also do the same for this. We are not counting, we just need the sum. So that is it. So those are our pivot tables. So they are telling us that construction has the highest with 1304, then GRE, which is 894, then the casuals 890, then coveralls are the most used, followed by the hand gloves, then safety glasses and safety shoes. Remember, we are looking at PPE data. So with this information now, we can come up with dashboards. Now, the dashboard, for starters, we can select the whole of this. This is Control A. Then I can just turn the whole of it to white. I give it a smooth feel. Then it is from here I will be able to work around. So I can just click on this. We did this in our previous video. If you haven't watched it or you are new, please endeavor. There's a lot of important information in the previous video. So you just click here. We come to pivot analyze, then we have pivot charts. Then we have pivot charts. So under pivot charts, I think we can work with the ones I usually recommend are the bars. Then I can select this. Okay. Yeah, these are okay. Copycat this and paste this here. Let me double click here to reduce this. So these are the ones I have. So basically these are the ones I have, but this information doesn't look well for me. So I can right click here. What I can do, I can first I hide all these buttons, remove all these and also this. Remember, these are all totals. I may not need this. So we are trying to come up with a dashboard. Then come back to the pivot tables. Uh, move to the departments. Then I don't want the blanks, so I can remove all the blanks. Remember, our table is always updating. I may not need the blanks. So that was our table. So this is what I have as we speak. But remember, the table is not stretched to the point that it can give me all this information. Let me first keep it there. Right click. Let me see. Okay. So this is department. Per PPE distribution. I don't need this. Then what's missing? What's missing? Move chart, save chart, change chart type. No, there's no. This is all okay. Okay, just click here, come to design. What do we need? Let me see. Come back here. We may need some data labels since we don't have the. Yeah, so this is okay. Okay. So we can have that. These are some of the reasons why I love working with uh, why I love working with. Let me reduce this. Okay, so I can remove this outline. Format shape outline. No outline. Let me see. Yeah, I don't need an outline. So this is what I have. Then I can also come look at this. Design. Okay. Can also come up with the same. Remove all this. So in terms of presenting data, I usually prefer Power BI because it's really free, like it's really friendly and quicker because most of the visuals, okay, you may also encounter some challenges, you know, but yeah, this also it's good because when you start with the hard part, uh, you learn how to survive when the BI is not there altogether. So this is PP requested. Uh, this quantity, because what happens after here, after inserting the graphs, then we shall move to the slicers, then also beautifying our work. Let me sort this back. And it had to, just that sometimes it doesn't give me what I want, but it should. The reverse has to be the truth, but I don't know why today. So you can cut this, come back to our dashboard, also present it there. Okay. So you can also select this. Let me see. I think from here. We come back to home, then we insert. This is merge and center. No. Oh, okay. This is merge and center. Okay. And we can put PPE uh, dashboard. This is 2022, 2024. We select this here, increase the font size. Let me just do it properly. So, okay. So, this bold it. Bold it. Okay. Just bold it. Okay. So, it's too big. Age 56. Okay. And you can underline this. Reduce the size. Come here. This is not design. We come back to shape outline. We need no outline. Then we come back to let analyze. No, it's design, format, design. Come back to data labels. We need them outside. Pull it and stretch it a little bit. So mainly, you'll notice that. Okay, let me insert here. Okay, insert. So we are building our dashboard. So we come back to the last item. This is our last item. Then we analyze, then pivot chart. Let us adopt this. Okay, we don't need all this. Okay, let me paste this. So mainly this is a quick layout. Maybe we need a title. So this is specifications. Specifications per distribution. Then we can remove this. So this is what basically we have. Can come back to the format. Then for the format, I'm looking at the shape outline, which is no outline. So this is what I have for now. Then after this, what I do, I insert the slicers. We just click on this. Then I'll come to this. Then we insert a slicer. First one. So this one is department. We need a slice on department. You can put it there. This one is looking at this is PPE. Let's come to pivot chart analyze, insert a slicer. So we are looking at PPE requested. Also put it there. Then this one is looking at the specifications. Insert a slicer. Also put it there. Then the last one, we shall insert a timeline for date. Now, if your dates are not in the correct format, this timeline will be. See how it's not highlighted? It's more of like it's not applicable in your case. So once you insert a timeline, it comes. So now this is what you have. So we can put our timeline down. Let me see. I'll try to stretch this up and it will be visible for what we are working with. Let me put it now at a visible figure. Okay, this is visible. So I may be interested in, let me bring this here, and this here. We stretch this up to where the graph ends, and also this. Are we together? Can insert another space. Can insert more. So department and PPE requested. Can move them there. Then what we can do, we can put our timeline here. So what we have now, so is something like this. Then what you can do, you right click on the first one. We are going to connect all these slicers. So slicer is move like a selection tool. Press OK. Then you click on this one. Report connections. You connect it to all these other ones. You click on this one. You report connection. Report it to all these other ones. Then you also click on the timeline. You connect it to all these other ones. So after doing all this, your dashboard is almost complete. So you can do the coloring, the what, but the rest is like, for example, if I just click on construction, it will highlight everything, and now this will be more of like the distribution construction. All together, this is construction. So it gives me the total pieces. Now these are some of the reasons why I find it hard to use Excel when you're working with dashboards. Yes, they are good, but if I try to click on HS, this is HS, it has 620 pieces. Then it can help you distribute, show you the distribution in terms of HSE. How now all these things can be done by Power BI. Then also it also shows you the sizes, how they are being used. So that's it. Then let me show you for this period. Like for example, if I want to look at only December, if I click on December, let me click for let me say I just want to look at the report for December. I just select all. So this is December. So for the distribution of December 2024, December 2024, that is how the performance was. And you'll notice that HSE took the highest pace, followed by GRE construction. It aligns everything in proper. Then when you look at this is HSE. So now these are some of the errors we have to clean out. If you try to notice, this is HS, this is I think I saw it somewhere. This is HSE. So if it's there, then you have to clean it out. So basically that. Then the for the month of December, the most utilized PPE were coveralls, followed by safety shoes, then hand gloves. Coveralls were few. Then and that is how everything went and transpired for that month. So that is it. Now these are specifications. Maybe for example, someone is let me say you want to focus. Let me just demonstrate. If you want to focus on coveralls, so what I do, I can let me click. Let me just click years. I select all the years. So after selecting all the years, I'm interested in coveralls. So I click on only coveralls. It will select only coveralls. Then it gives me the distribution of coveralls. So what I do, I come to the specifications. Then I try to stretch this. These ones are not really consistent. Let me look for an item that is not very hard to analyze. Okay, hand gloves. So it will try to give you a what? Something you can benchmark from. So it tells you the type of glove most worn is standard, followed by leather brown. Then these ones are unspecified. But besides that, then everything is okay. So basically, that is a dashboard. This is just a brief one. I did try to do it so fast without putting in a lot of technicalities. Or I tried to tackle at least all the aspects of a dashboard, and also explain the pivot table in the previous video. So for the dashboard, it is acting, trying to summarize what's in your tracker. Sending this as your report is complex than compared to sending something that is graphical and full of visuals to explain the data. But if you found this video helpful, please don't forget to subscribe, like, share. Otherwise, I wish you a nice day. Thank you.